What's up, everyone? Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. In today's video, I'll be going over my top 10 tactics or strategy JRPGs. Now, I've had a few tactics games in my list here and there, but I really wanted to focus on these because this type of game is really special to me. Growing up playing these games and seeing how they've evolved over the years is absolutely incredible. I mean, we have some truly amazing tactics JRPGs out there now, and I think that this list may have a few games on it that many people and fans of the genre haven't tried yet, so I'm really excited to dive in. With that said, let's not waste any more time and let's get right into the games. First up on the list, I have Valkyria Chronicles 4. This game is great, and I'll be honest, I was a little late to the party on this one. I finally got around to playing it on the Switch recently, and man, this is a really special game. Valkyria Chronicles 4 delivers an amazing blend of strategic warfare, compelling storytelling, and vibrant visuals. It's set in a beautifully rendered watercolor-esque world. The art style stands out, and I immediately fell in love with it. The game itself is reminiscent of a wartime chronicle. It follows the journey of a squad as they navigate the harrowing realities of war. The Blitz tactical combat system is a hallmark of the series, and here it remains as engaging as ever. Offering a seamless blend of turn-based strategy and real-time action, the diverse cast of characters, each with their own unique abilities and backgrounds, really adds depth to the gameplay and the story. The war-torn landscapes, coupled with the game's soundtrack, create a really nice atmosphere that immerses you in the challenges and triumphs of the game. The storyline, while exploring the harsh realities of conflict, also weaves in moments of lightheartedness and hope. Valkyria Chronicles 4 successfully refines and expands upon the previous game's formula, and it delivers a satisfying and strategic gaming experience for fans of tactical RPGs. This installment remains a testament to the game's enduring appeal. Next up on the list is Fire Emblem Engage. This is not particularly my favorite all-around Fire Emblem game, but in terms of moment-to-moment gameplay, battlefield layouts, and combat, Engage is up there with the best of the best in tactics games. This game is incredible, and it is actually a masterclass in strategy game design, in my opinion. Fire Emblem Engage's story may not be the best the series has to offer in terms of depth and complexity, but it's a really fun one that celebrates the series' history, and it does a lot for longtime fans, but at the same time introduces newcomers to some of the classic characters in really creative ways. Putting together a perfect team of characters for battle and combining them with the right emblem rings really allows for a ton of customization and strategy when preparing for a fight. Sure, the gameplay loop can get a little repetitive, being that the main focus is the battles here, and then preparing for the battles between each one. If you enjoy the gameplay of Fire Emblem, then this gameplay loop will cater to you and your playstyle quite well. But if you're looking for a much more fleshed out story, look forward to another game on this list that should meet that criteria. Anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed my time with Engage, and if you're looking for a great strategy game, then you can't go wrong with this one. Next up on the list is a relatively new entry into the strategy game scene, and that's Persona 5 Tactica. Now, if you've been around the channel for a while now, then you know I'm a huge Persona fan, and I actually really adore the spin-offs as well, and this one was a huge surprise. Persona 5 Tactica takes place in the middle of Persona 5 story and adds some new depth with an all-new storyline that I found to be really great. The new art style and gameplay really make for a brand new experience that feels original and very well thought out. One More Strikes, critical hits, personas, guns, and melee combat are all here and approached in ways you might expect. If you're familiar with the Persona 5 series, then you should feel right at home here, and that's a really good thing. Persona 5 Tactica does take things up a notch and requires a little bit of skill and finesse to get through some of the combat scenarios, but still seems geared towards players that are newer to tactics games, and therefore, I found the challenge to be really well balanced. My favorite element of the combat is how quick things move. Moving freely in the space during your turn just feels really nice, and approaching an enemy and deciding how you want the dominoes to fall is really quite entertaining, and an undo feature allows you to try out a few different approaches that should help you as you get up to speed early in the game with all the new mechanics. Persona 5 Tactica is a great tactics game, and if you're looking for something new and exciting in the world of strategy and the world of Persona, then this is a good one to play. Next up, I have Triangle Strategy. This game is just incredible. If you really like a complex and well-written narrative experience, then this one is for you. Triangle Strategy blends incredible, deep, moment-to-moment gameplay with an exceptionally well-written story to make a completely unforgettable experience. This game is developed by Square Enix and boasts a visually stunning world filled with intricate details and a distinctive HD 2D art style that pays homage to the classic JRPGs we all know and love. The tactical combat is definitely a highlight, offering players a range of strategic options in the midst of engaging battles. Decision making is central to the game's concept, with the narrative branching based on the choices players make throughout the story. This definitely adds a layer of replayability, encouraging multiple playthroughs to explore a wide variety of outcomes. The characters are well developed, each with their own motivations and conflicts that contribute to the overarching narrative. The branching paths and morally ambiguous decisions really create this morally complex and thought-provoking story. I really love triangle strategy, and it successfully combines modern game design with classic elements, making it a must-play for fans of the genre and an excellent entry point for those new to tactical RPGs, in my opinion. All right, moving on, I have 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. This game right here was definitely a surprise hit for me, and I'm glad that it's gotten more love recently because I kind of played it on a whim thinking it looked really interesting, and I'm really glad I did because this is one of my favorites. 13 Sentinels is an absolute masterclass in storytelling. The game manages to weave together 13 intertwining narratives, creating an ongoing theme of mystery and intrigue. The art is breathtaking and honestly one of my favorite aspects of the game. With the hand-drawn visuals, it really elevates things. The gameplay is a unique blend of visual novel storytelling, real-time strategy, and side-scrolling exploration. Each element is executed with precision, offering a perfect balance between storytelling and interactive engagement. The crazy, intricate plot unfolds like a puzzle, encouraging you to piece together the mysteries surrounding the characters and the overarching narrative. The characters themselves are diverse and memorable, each contributing to the larger story. Themes of time travel and AI are explored in really interesting and creative ways. While the game looks complex at first glance and may turn you off, once you get the hang of things, the pacing is really quite perfect. Those who appreciate intricate narratives and thoughtful gameplay will find 13 Sentinels to be a standout title in this genre. It's an adventure that really pushes the boundaries of the medium and offers a really unforgettable experience for those willing to take a chance and embark on this journey. Moving on, I have Fell Seal Arbiter's Mark. This is one I probably never would have tried had it not repeatedly got recommended to me by a friend of mine. I finally gave it a go, and it is shockingly good. Fell Seal Arbiter's Mark is a tactical RPG that really pays homage to the classic titles of the genre while really carving its path with a compelling narrative and really strategic depth. The game impresses with its intricate and challenging turn-based combat system, providing a satisfying experience for fans of tactical RPGs like myself. This is one of the more challenging games on this list. The class and customization options are really a standout feature. It offers a plethora of choices to craft a diverse and powerful squad. Hand-drawn art style really brings fantasy world to life and really captures this classic essence of RPG aesthetics. The storyline, while not really groundbreaking in any way, it's engaging enough, and it features aspects like political intrigue. It has some really memorable characters, and it's a really well-crafted fantasy setting in my opinion. The game's difficulty curve can take some getting used to, but I think it caters pretty well to both seasoned players and newcomers. It strikes a really nice balance between accessibility and complexity. It is pretty challenging at times, but the rewarding sensation of overcoming these challenges creates a nice gameplay hook. Despite a few minor quirks here and there, Fell Seal Arbiter's Mark successfully delivers a nostalgic yet really fresh take on tactical games. It's a worthy addition to the genre, and it offers a rewarding and challenging experience for those seeking a tactics game with depth and a captivating fantasy world to explore. All right, next up on the list is Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor. This right here is one of my all-time favorite DS games. It's just so interesting and honestly is one of my favorite SMT stories. This game gives you a captivating blend of strategy JRPG and traditional SMT elements. This definitely offers a unique experience within the SMT franchise, so if you're looking for something different as a fan of Shin Megami Tensei, then definitely give this one a go. The game introduces a compelling story where you'll navigate a demon-infested Tokyo. You'll have to make critical decisions that impact the story's progression. The strategic turn-based combat system adds a nice change up to what fans of the series are used to, and it requires you to summon and strategically deploy demons to survive some pretty intense battles, honestly. One of the game's strengths lies in its demon fusion mechanic, which the series is really well known for, allowing you to combine and create new demons with a wide variety of abilities. The choices made during the branching narrative significantly influence the game's multiple endings, and it adds a ton of replay value and a sense of consequence to your decision making. I do want to shout out the soundtrack because I recall it being really incredible. I love everything this game has to offer, and it definitely flies a bit under the radar when it comes to tactics games, in my opinion. This is a must play for fans of tactical RPGs and SMT enthusiasts alike. Next up, I have my personal favorite Disgaea game, and that's Disgaea 5. Now, I haven't played every Disgaea game. I'm not the hugest Disgaea fan, and I am admittedly behind a bit as I haven't played the newest one. But 5 really made an impression on me, and of all the ones I've played, this one really probably hooked me the most. Disgaea 5 is a delightful and somewhat chaotic tactical RPG that fully embraces its completely over-the-top personality. The game introduces you to a world filled with quirky characters, explosive battles, and a hilarious narrative. The turn-based combat system has always been a standout feature in Disgaea, offering deep strategic options with the ability to stack characters and unleash powerful team attacks. The game's signature geo panels and geo symbols, the mechanics add an extra layer of complexity that definitely takes some getting used to, but it does ensure battles remain engaging and challenging throughout the game. The humor and satire in the storytelling, coupled with the colorful anime-inspired visuals, create a really unique and enjoyable atmosphere that really is unmatched in my opinion. The Disgaea series is known for its willingness to break the fourth wall and inject humor into basically every aspect of the game, and I really love and appreciate it for that. While the game's mechanics and humor might not appeal to everyone, fans of tactical RPGs seeking a lighthearted yet deep and challenging experience will find this to be a rewarding addition to the genre, so give it a go if you haven't yet. Moving on, I have Fire Emblem Three Houses. Now, this is my personal favorite in the series. I love the art style, the story, the building of relationships with the characters, and just about everything else this game has to offer. Blend that with its innovation on the series gameplay mechanics, and we have an incredible tactics JRPG that has incredible replay value. Fire Emblem Three Houses is a stellar entry in the series, successfully blending that strategic gameplay I spoke about with an emotionally rich narrative. The game introduces you to a vast and captivating world where you'll assume the role of a professor at an academy. This aspect of the game is definitely a change up in terms of the Fire Emblem mechanics we all know and love and what players are used to in the Fire Emblem games, but it's an aspect of the game that I personally really enjoy. The tactical battles, a staple of the series, are executed amazingly in my opinion, and they offer deep strategic choices, and the map layouts are really well executed. The unique twist of mentoring students adds a nice layer of personal investment as relationships develop during downtime significantly impact the battlefield. The narrative unfolds with multiple branching paths, each tied to one of the three houses, providing a high level of replayability. The diverse cast of characters, each with their own distinct personalities and backgrounds, really add depth not only to the storytelling, but each of the characters you bring into battle. Visually, the game looks great, has detailed character models, really beautiful environments, and really impressive cutscenes. Fire Emblem Three Houses stands as an interesting evolution of the series, introducing brand new gameplay elements while retaining the strategic depth and storytelling that fans know the series for. It's a must-play for tactical JRPG enthusiasts and a welcoming entry point for those new to the series. Alright, and finally we have Final Fantasy Tactics. This right here may be the best tactics RPG ever made and still holds up incredibly well today. This is a masterpiece that has stood the test of time since its release. Developed by Square Enix, the classic remains a shining example of strategic gameplay and engrossing storytelling. The game's intricate isometric battlefields, turn-based combat, and incredibly deep job system provide a deep and rewarding tactical experience that in many cases is still unmatched to this day. The ability to customize and evolve characters through a variety of jobs adds layers of strategy and complexity and personalization to the gameplay and your team that you bring into battle. Set in a political and war-torn kingdom, the narrative weaves a tale of betrayal, power struggles, and a quest for justice. The mature and complex storyline combined with memorable characters adds emotional weight to the battles as the game progresses and the story develops. The game has just the most timeless pixel art that still looks incredible to this day, and it's complemented by a stellar soundtrack that's influenced and inspired so many tactical RPGs over the years, solidifying its status as a classic in the genre. If somehow you're a fan of the genre and haven't played this one, you absolutely should. It's great, and no one should miss it. Anyway, that's it for my list of tactical JRPGs. This was definitely a hard list to make because I could have filled it with all Fire Emblem or Final Fantasy Tactics games, but I wanted to give some variety here, and I feel like there's a lot of great games here that any fan of the genre would enjoy. Let me know in the comments below if there are any other games you think should have made the list, or how you feel about the ones that did make the cut. Subscribe if you're new here so you don't miss out on content like this, and until next time, I'm out.